Hello everyone, this is Drew for Drew Drives at Grubbs Family Dealerships, and today let's go for a drive in this 2022 Lexus UX 200. This vehicle has 169 horsepower with a 2-liter 4-cylinder and also has a continuously variable transmission. So that power figure, it's alright. This is like a pretty small car. It's like an entry-level Lexus SUV. It's not even really an SUV. It's like a small hatchback. It's kind of like the size of a Prius or something. You can also get a hybrid, which has all-wheel drive, but this one has front-wheel drive. You have the touchpad Lexus setup right here. You phone projection. So I believe you do have Apple CarPlay in this vehicle. I'm pretty sure it has Android Auto as well. And then here's the center console. You have like this interesting controller right here for the radio, volume, tuning knob. Yeah, it's not a touchscreen. Here's the reverse camera. And the gauge cluster is partially digital. The center, so the center gauge is digital, and then on the left side it's also digital, which you can scroll through, and then on the right it just has like the fuel gauge and the engine temperature gauge. And so it's basically just like a small little car. There's really nothing special about it. It's a Lexus, so reliable. The interior feels pretty good. Seats feel great. Build quality is pretty nice. As I said, it's a Lexus, but other than that, it's just a car to get around in, point A to point B kind of thing. You do have ventilated seats and heated seats and a heated steering wheel, which is quite impressive. A car at this, this kind of car usually doesn't have all that stuff. You have the Lexus spindle grille, and you also have the daytime running lights that you'll find on a lot of other Lexus products. It's a nice little car for sure. You have the white interior. I like the taillight design and the light bar. Looks kind of cool. I'm not sure what this will compare to in Toyota. It reminds me of a Prius, but I mean, I'm sure it's a bit bigger. It's like a small crossover. I don't know what exactly. I can't think off the top of my head what it would be. But here's the trunk space. Pretty nice. It looks unique for sure. And you have a wireless charging tray. You can see my phone on there right now. Let me turn on the charging tray. It wasn't charging now. It should be charging. Might have to move your phone around a bit to get it to... There it is. There's the charger. And here's your key fob. Pretty standard Lexus key fob right there. You have the drive mode dial up there. Sport, normal, eco. As you change the mode, you can see it changes the theme on the gauge cluster. But let's get this car out on the road and see how it drives. So I have it in the sport mode right now. I'm going to turn on the heated steering wheel, as it is a bit chilly today. See how quickly it takes to heat up that steering wheel. The heated seats seem to be working properly. I like the steering wheel. I like the materials in here. It's nice and nice soft leather. And I like Lexus's steering wheels. They look pretty nice. They're high quality. And I think the UX also has an F Sport option too, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I did not know that there were any Lexuses that came with CVTs. I wasn't aware of that. Well, this CVT, it's yeah, I mean, this car, even if it only has 160 something horsepower, it's actually not like slow or terribly slow or anything. It picks up speed pretty quick for what it is. The CVT, yeah, it mimics gear shifts, as a lot of CVTs do. and it's not too bad actually. Like the way the gear shift mimicking isn't too bad, and there's not like a huge lagging noise or a lagging noise when you hit the gas, which I really don't like in a lot of CVTs from certain brands. That's heated steering wheel seems to be working nice as well. So this is full throttle. Yeah, it's quicker than I expected it was. I think the 0 to 60 is like 8.5 seconds or something. But yeah, I mean, this car just to drive around in every day, to get from point A to point B, it's nice. You know, it's comfortable. It accelerates better than you think it would. It's got some, you got a pretty nice sized trunk, as it's like a mini crossover. So yeah, nice little car right here. I mean, if you're someone who doesn't even care, who doesn't care about cars or the transmission or anything like that, you would enjoy this car. Because, like, you know, people like me I'm very particular about the way an engine sounds, the way the transmission reacts, every little detail. But most people are just looking for a nice car, and this is a nice car. Most people don't care about performance or anything. They just want something to drive around in every day, in comfort. Some people are just point A to point B. Some people wanted to get to point A to point B with the luxury brand. Not necessarily because they like cars, it's because they like luxury. So this will definitely get that done for you. Especially if you don't need to transport a lot of passengers very often. If it's just for yourself, this car will do the job. This car is pretty quick. I'm actually very impressed with that acceleration. It feels quicker than 8.5 seconds. It really doesn't feel like it's 8.5. It feels like in the 7s. So that's kind of cool. The sunroof is actually pretty big. Like, it's just not a panel roof, it's just a normal sunroof, but it's pretty big because, you know, this car is like, the roof is not that like long, so this goes to almost the halfway point from the front to the back of the car, which is nice to see. My biggest gripe would definitely be like the infotainment. It's Lexus's infotainment is not one I'm a fan of. It's very laggy, very clunky, especially with this touchpad. Or yeah, I mean, because like it's like a mouse pad. Like, you have to take your eyes off the road for so long to actually get anywhere on it. Like, Acura has the true touchpad interface, which is worlds better than this. I can understand, like, this is like a lot of the newer Lexuses have touchscreens now, thankfully, but this touchpad was probably one of the biggest flaws in a lot of Lexus products. Once again, I'm just very nitpicky with certain things, but that's just my opinion on it. Okay, so if you twist it up, sport mode, twist it down, eco mode, you want to go back into the normal mode, you just have to push that little button on the side of the little stock thing over there. And it shows your speed limit in the left side of the gauge cluster as well. It's nice. But yeah, overall, I am very impressed with the acceleration. I thought this car would be like super sluggish. It's not like that at all, to be honest. And even though it's a CVT, it's not annoying. It's not like an annoying CVT, which is also a really good thing. So that's really nice to see, because some CVTs just ruin the whole experience for me of driving the car, but this one definitely does not feel that way. But anyways, that is about it. Thank you for watching another video of Dhruv Drives. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and be sure to check out the link to Grubbs Family Dealerships in the description below if you would like to shop for nice pre-owned vehicles like this Lexus UX.